My, as we come to the closing arguments of this chapter in the examination room, the more you 304. Yeah, there was some cattiness from the last episode, but we're going to be here for that as we continue through the closing arguments of the examination room. And I will be your attorney, DJ Shy Guy, as we contend with the tier of 304s. Let's go.
And she's got to work on my farm, or she's got to, I don't know, do something for me. I like the idea of women working for the guy. But no, the problem is they give the woman too much trust. You shouldn't trust her.
And that's the very same thing we would say about women like you. I mean, for the anti-feminists, you're telling on yourself, and this is how some of us men are gonna view you women. Especially when y'all get on that when you want to play that anti-feminist role and say men are worldly, women bad. We know women ain't wrapped too tight. And we know most of us with the eggplant, yeah, we loose. Let's continue.
Criticism, people say,
okay. Many hoes can move to get a ring with some humility. A lot of guys will accept things if you admit what you did, acknowledge you were wrong, that it was your fault, no one else's. No, it was, I just had a bad man and he left me. It's like, no, I was a selfish brat and I didn't listen to what he said.
Said she's throwing women under the bus constantly, and we wonder how much ground has it really gained her. To me, only but so much. You got a bunch of simps and incels that would basically follow her and look at her like she's a queen almighty, and she really isn't. She's more of an example of a gargoyle. I mean, there's nothing like stand outish about her outside of her being 6 foot.
And moving forward, a true apology and saying, if you'll so have me, I would love to earn your trust and do right moving forward and listen to whatever you say.
You act like that's really gonna happen, especially with this new wave of girl boss feminism that's about to rear its head. Yeah, the kind of feminism that people like, we'll say Lizzo, Taylor Swift, yeah, these new gen women, yeah, they're pulling that girl boss feminism, and yet that's gonna be about as bad as the 4B feminism, if you want me to be honest.
Now, that's a little awkward on first. I don't know when you would skirt that in there. But I'm telling you, guys are really nice people. They really, as much as they say men online will say like women are whores, and we are whores, right? Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 whores. But men, I swear, men are so willing. Like, men love coaching women. That's why these whores get married, is they love like helping women. They love being like,
You would figure that men would be attracted to the women that they would marry and accept them for their opinions regardless. that would be the primary thing of why men would get married. I mean, you're supposed to become one flesh. So you trying to explain this submission game that women should submit to men? That's probably not going to work with these more modernized women. Modernized being, we're saying you're 4B and girl boss feminist.
So for Amy Dangerfield, she keeps responding, and it's just really sad. Her and her husband keep responding to these allegations. And if I were you, she should have just publicly started reframing that and said, that's a crazy woman. Because she is crazy, right? I am sure, and I am sure these women are given the least charitable versions of these stories possible. So,
yeah, it's called the cattiness. Yeah, the woman could probably tell you, "Oh, it's not your fault, not your fault." But then, yeah, later that night after the papers are signed, yeah, she's probably drunk as shit, getting ready to catch up with somebody to say, "I'm free again," and throw you under the goddamn bus. Yeah, missed me on that one.
I would say to her, is that all you got? Here are some options I gave her. And you can take these or leave it. I'm not saying these are the right ones. This is just what I thought of. Number one, do it. Do it. Keep releasing more. Is that all you got? Are you done? It's option one. Option two. When I got married, there was a rift in our friendship. And, I'm not going to let her stop me from having a happy life. I love my husband with my whole heart. Some of the things she said are true, and I regret them. Some of the things are grossly over-exaggerated. Frankly, that's between me and my husband, and it's none of you guys' business. I'm here to talk about politics, not my sex life.
Why are you talking?
I'm just trying to explain.
Why are your lips moving?
You don't think that that's not going to come up? I mean, if you really want us to play that card, your sex life has came up quite a few times. That's how we all know that you a fan of that BBC network. And I'm not talking about the one that's coming out of London. Pause.
That's option two. And the advice I have is let your actions speak louder than words. Tier 2 hoes, can we please just stop running cover? Can you please stop telling me that you weren't a hoe and just show me? Because the more you tell me you weren't a hoe, the more I think you were a hoe.
Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else. No.
When have you ever not heard of women in their respective flocks not playing cover for women in their respective flocks? Yeah, you go ahead. You're that lone wolf of females. So you really don't have a flock. Oh, you were never married or had children. So how are you going to come in and try to say, hoes, let's stop not being hoes, or tell women not to be hoes? Shit. Luda said it, and he dead on about it. Yeah, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Don't say that, oh, I love submitting to him, because just show that you're obedient to him, right? Just show it. What's a public way she could show she's obedient? What's a public way? I'm trying to think.
So basically, are you going to hold yourself to that same level if you were the case? Like a form of public, what is it? Humiliation?
Look at this. Look at this. It's perfect.
public display of submission. I have to think more about that. But in the future,
yeah, single women like you really don't have a clue. I mean, even the most basic broad could have said, how about 50 Shades of Grey? How about you give me a necklace that'll symbolize a collar between you and me? It could be that simple. I mean, if y'all decide to jump the broom, the ring itself might be that form. I mean, I'm just being me asking.
yeah, but how do you know? Because of something you think I said a long time, gaslight, right? You could make it funny and say, if you wanted to be on the roster, you should have just said something. I don't know. I have a friend who comes up with one-liners, and those are the ones she said.
And you tell on yourself why? Is that why Anna the Karen Kasparian got all busy up in you? Gave you nothing but 2 hours of nasty work at that World War debate. How you let Anna Kasparian just, she was tearing you to shreds from minute one. that wasn't even, man. That was about as bad as Ronda Rousey making Gina Carano tap out. That had to be for a bag.
But the worst thing you could do is go back and forth about the details. Oh, bow to him? Yeah. The absolute worst thing you can do is defend yourself. Like, okay, let's say you didn't, I don't know, let's say they're saying you fucked 7 guys and you fucked 2. I mean, is that really going to make it better? Like saying, oh, I had a 10-year relationship. Oh my God, I was just trying to find love and it didn't work out. Shut up. Just show me you're a good woman. Show me. So, Amy Dangerfield, I would still put her as a tier 2 hoe after this. I mean, honestly, even the stuff that came out, if you want a biblical example, she can call him my Lord. Yeah. Men are nice. They have God in them, in my opinion. And
but are you currently with somebody? I mean, apparently the brother was making you scream, "Oh God," and then started to turn around and started dumping on you. I mean, that's how people like Brittany Venti. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that Brittany Venti heat. she turned that ass into hot peas and butter by the time she done. Carry on.
And yeah, every girl's got nudes, every girl's got sex videos, much worse, and some just got exposed because they're sloppy and didn't get caught. Doesn't mean you're more of a hoe. Yeah, and you know what?
Okay. You think that's not like a common thing? Like, let's see, men and women exchanging nudes. Is if that's a parameter for being a 304, then you might as well just stamp that on everybody. Or I'd say about 95% of everybody that they have sent some form of nudity to another person. So where are you getting at with this? And damn, we about to have plenty of time because it seems like this woman is boring the hell out of me.
I was talking about to Moody the other day about there's just some like promiscuous photos of her like when she was younger, right? And I told her when they came out, I'm like, look.
If this is the Moody I'm thinking of, I believe it is Isabel Moody. She's one of these social podcast, one of these social influencers that kind of made a name for herself when she screamed, when she cried and joyed that her infant child's first word was N-word. Kind of tells you the kind of people that Big Bird here associates with. Coincidentally enough, oh, she's a fan of Candace. Oh yeah, she's an exception because I said we all know Candace is probably one of the most infamous mammies within this social construct called social media.
I never dressed like that, but I never had a body to dress like that. God help me if I had. If I had spent my whole life, I don't know, 14 to 19% body fat as a woman, God knows, like, it's easy for me to judge, right? But maybe I would have been naked too,
You a trust fund baby. Don't play innocent like you didn't have the chance to get some of that weight shaved off. Miss me.
Never been my disposition, but my disposition's always been like 10 up to 50 pounds overweight, depending on the year, I'm only 10 now. Okay, 15. 15, shut up! Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't... it's easy for me to judge, No, it was like an old picture of her. I'm not trying to draw attention to it. I don't know. I mean, it's online. I'm not trying. I like Moody. I got no problems.
Obviously, yeah. You talk about you were like so much overweight. Yeah, we've seen the past pictures of you. Yeah, you decided to drop the weight and get yourself a boob job. Yeah, we know, but yeah, it seems like this case is already closed. I'm bored half to death, and this for closing arguments is chick. How are you gonna try to make a table of 304s or hoes, and then try to tell them that if they just no speaky when the man's speaky, that they're gonna lead good lives? Yeah, you got a real problem with that, especially when you would be more of an example of what the type of what wave of feminism is about to come up, even though you claim yourself as a men's right activist. Oh, you think I'm not kidding? Because you come from daddy's money. So that makes you an example of a girl boss. That's that feminism that's coming in because we know that you yourself ain't get all of this by yourself, especially after being demonetized. But that's going to be for my closing argument. And you know what, Reggie, before you come up and lead us off, I just got to say, I got to give a little shout out to my birdie that flies at midnight, because if it wasn't for the articles being dropped to me, I wouldn't have even been able to find Reggie. But on that note, stand up, stand out, shine bright, get right, and Reggie, you know what time it is.
Reggie? That was pretty. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie has left the building. Thank you and good night.